Department of Law, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, with a teaching experience of 15 years with specialization in business law. Her research papers, articles, conferences, proceedings in refereed and peer-reviewed national and international journals and chapters in edited books, volumes have micro-scale perspective, mostly focused on cyber crimes, competition, policy, IPR issues, biodiversity, conservation, and company law. She has an active participation in seminars, workshops, as paper presenter, and is frequently invited as resource person in national and international conferences and faculty development programs. She has done a project on tribal communities of Himachal Pradesh in collaboration with Ministry of Tribal Studies, Government of India. She has also organized National Moot Court and an investor awareness workshop in collaboration with SEBI Shimla Division. She is Department Coordinator of Cleanliness Drive under Pradhan Mantri Swachh Bharat Mission and Department Coordinator of University Alumni Association. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shailja Vasudeva, ma'am. You have been of immense support to me. First of all, a very warm good evening to all of you. I hope you all are doing very good today. Indeed, it is a matter of immense pride and gratification for me that I have got an opportunity to welcome you all for this 3 days international virtual workshop on research methods and research writing, which is no doubt, research is a building, research methods and research writing are the backbone, or we can say the building block of any kind of research, be it doctrinal or empirical, which is carried out worldwide in all the higher education systems. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizers of this workshop, especially the president of the Cape Cameron Trust, Dr. R.S. Regan Selvis, sir. Of course, Malaysian Industrial Relation and HRA and Lavender Literary Club for organizing this workshop and giving this platform to all the academicians who are interested in knowing about the various techniques of doing research which are being done globally. And not wasting much of the time, first of all, I would like to invite the patron for this workshop, respected Professor Dr. Balakrishnan Parsuraman sir, who is working as a professor in University of Malaysia, Kelantan, to deliver the inaugural address.
Shalini ma'am, he is not here.
All right. So yes. I think our resource person, I just saw our resource person has joined, I guess, ma'am.
Nada ma'am joined us. Yes.
Okay. So not wasting much time, because I'm very much excited to listen to the ma'am. I was going through the biography, and the more I say is less. So my friends, we have with us respected Professor Dr. Nada Ratkovic ma'am from Croatia, who will be interacting with us on the topic research methods and techniques. But let me introduce ma'am properly.
Shalini ma'am, excuse me, Shalini ma'am. Bala sir joined.
Achha, Bala sir joined?
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
All right. I would like to invite the patron for the workshop, respected Professor Balakrishnan, Dr. Balakrishnan Parsuraman sir, who is presently working as the professor in University of Malaysia, Kelantan, to deliver the inaugural address, sir.
Okay, thank you, and good evening to Dr. Shalini and Dr. Shailja. Okay, first of all, I would like to say greetings from Malaysia. Currently, I'm staying in Kota Baru, Kelantan, which is a 1-hour flight from Kuala Lumpur. Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to give a few words regarding about our 3 days international virtual workshop on research method and research writing. which organized jointly by Lavender Literature Club, CAP Comrin, and also Malaysian Industrial Relations Human Resource Management, MIRHA. I think, I don't know, is number, I think many webinars since COVID-19, I think 2020 until now, we are conducting various webinars. In fact, we haven't met face-to-face yet, but I think we are doing very well. And I hope, I really like to thanks to all the prominent speakers who are going to be deliver their talk and sharing their thought on the research method and research writing. And I believe research writing and research method is actually part of our academic life, even from the student undergraduate to the postgraduate PhD, and also as academic. I think that is a primary task that we have to deliver. So throughout my career as a lecturer, 27 years, I'm about to retire soon. But what I found that actually writing and writing skills and the research method, if you really want to go to the top journals, then you need to have a very strong background on the research method. Then only you can start writing. So throughout my experience, I encourage all my postgraduate students to write something that they start on something. It doesn't matter whether you have a hard data or whatever, but just start writing, practice yourself. So that's what my former boss, when I start working as a lecturer, young lecturer, he said either publish or perish. That's what he said, the word. So I was shocked. What do you mean perish? Yes, he said when you come to the academic world, you have no choice. You need to do research and do publish. So I take his word seriously, and I think publication become a part of my my life. And until now, I still publish. And I think lately this year, I published one edited book in University of Indonesia, where I collaborate with two of my partners from University of Indonesia. And currently I'm working a research method book, also collaborative between Malaysia, India, and hopefully by next year we will launch in India. We are thinking to launch in Bangalore next year. Hopefully that will materialize. So I advise all the participants here. I think you're all here, I think expert in respective field, and I believe all of you actually come today to not about sharing. I didn't say here we are expert. No, there's no barrier that we are professor like that. As a writer, as people in the in the field of academic life, you need to do research, and to get a good research funding. Recently, me and my collaborative friends, we already get some grant from the industry. So that's based on our publication record. So then I think another my colleague, he got a 1 million project from Europe, which is equivalent to 5 million project. He's from science. So what I do actually, you all don't scope on your own field, own specialization, but you must across to the multidiscipline. Like me, I work with the scientists. Most of the scientists, we work together. Although in the past, I start with my own field. Of course, a certain time I had to cross over. And from that crossover, you're able to get some good grant. So when you got a good grant, then you easily can do good research. So that's what I doing now. And also I cross so the publication can be many ways. Some people only focus journal. And of course, now the trend is citation, top university, what they forgot that the other publication very important, like writing a book chapter, proceeding, or policy paper. In fact, this year I publish a few policy paper in the country, which I think published by the government or the ministry. So all today, I think the speakers were today, and until the end of the day, I think they will share. And I hope only thing I found that there's no participation from the participant who are participating. So you need to ask questions and clarify. So with all these, I like to thanks to Dr. Frank, Dr. Regina. Dr. Frank is the president of Lavender Literature Club, and Dr. Regina is a CAP Comrin Club, and myself, Mirha. So we are doing with the social work. We don't get a paid whatever, but even though we are different countries in the world, I think we got speaker from Croatia. Croatia only got third place. We are very proud to see Croatia enter the World Cup. third place. Hopefully they can win next time. I really hope. I always follow Croatia all my life, and I hope one day Croatia can go to the World Cup. So very interesting. You see World Cup, every country is playing, and I think we also got speakers from other countries and from India. So with that, I think I officially open this webinar, and I hope everybody participate actively. And if any questions, you can ask directly to the speakers because they are the expert, and I think we're all expert actually. I can say that we are humbly to accept that we're all expert. We are here to learn each other. That's all. We're not coming here to promote our position. No, I don't believe on that. So with that, I officially open this one and enjoy your webinar, and I'll come back again on the third day. Okay, bye-bye. Good luck.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for supporting our participants and encouraging them and telling the importance of research in a higher education system. Now I'm going back to our first resource person, Professor Dr. Nada Ratkovic, ma'am from Croatia, and who will be enlightening us on the topic research methods and techniques. I must not miss introducing our resource person for today. Ma'am is presently working as an assistant professor in Faculty of Economics, Business and Tourism, Split at University of Split, Croatia, and has also worked as professor in mentor in high school VET. A doctorate in statistics and finishing in informatics. She is the board member and country director of IIU, Croatia, president of IIU Research Center International Internship University. She has been awarded many honorary doctorates in human rights, social rights, entrepreneurship. With so many stars in her shoulder, she, such as Global Peace Ambassador, World Peace Ambassador, T4 Educator Ambassador, Country Director, Coordinator. She is the founder of many national and international global projects, such as Erasmus+, eTwinning, Syntex, STEM, SDGD, etc. As a multitasking global educationist, for the work she has won many awards, such as Croatia Best Teacher Award, International Women Award, Croatia Public Award, International STEM Award, Best Women Researcher Award, Best Ambassador Award, Bravery Award, Corona Warrior Awards, Dynamic Peace Award, and many, many more. I will be extremely sorry, ma'am, if I missed something, but despite being a very inspiring resource person worldwide, it's a matter of pride for all of us that she is the resource person for the first session. A very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And the session is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Greetings from Croatia. First, I want to thank to Dr. Shalia for this opportunity and for Dr. Celeste for this. I want to thank Dr. Balakrishan. Croatia will one day get a gold medal. We will be the first on the world from the football because we are a small country, but we are very strong. Thank you. So it's my honor today to start first and open this great 3-day training workshop. So let's start. Today my topic is research methods and techniques. I hope it is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, this is visible.
Okay, thank you. So here I am today. After me, we have an amazing, great educators, our great Dr. Pratik, great Sharier, Dr. Sudhakar. They are all my friends, and I can say that we are globally like a village. We each other, and we are all in collaboration. I can say on the day base. So this is my university. Here I'm working honorary woman in science, and I'm really so proud to be a woman in science. As in the introduction, we are all here to learn, and yes, it is not only to write articles. We need to write books, especially for the universities. Also, we need to write and make digital materials. We learn that, we do that through the pandemic, and we are still online. I can say this model, this virtual model, and I also wish one day that I can come and have my session in live. So that is my plan, and I'm starting with a plan. All of us have the plan, and the plan is a half of our work, and that is also for the research. We need to have plan. The plan it needs to be in so many forms. We can write it, we can have narrative, and we can have a visual concept map. Today, personally, I like this visual concept because we have so many digital tools that we can use in statistics, in econometrics, in research, that visualization. And that is for the students and for the learners really important. How to make a good plan, even it is a marketing plan, even it is a business plan, or any plan. That is a document that you need to make. First, it is short, but sometimes you need to make each one step, make explanation. So if it depends about the field where you will make research. So we will see how we are doing that, what we need to do. First, we need to have the questions. Then we are making our hypothesis, the aims, objectives, and what is the research design. Which design will we choose and that we need to put in our plan. So these are the main components of the research plan. We need to make conceptualization. We need to have research methodology, literature review, evaluation, synthesis. I know that almost we are all reviewers in the journals. We are in editorial board, and we know the rules for this, making the review for the articles. And we really need to be critical, because that is the only way how we will there are so many mistakes, and the person will learn how to write if we are critical. And communication is necessary in everything what we are doing today. What is the conceptualization? Pardon. That is the specific research questions. We know that we have the problems before the methodology. We need to include all. We need to include all what we will write, what we will develop, what we will formulate. And I like this book, Newbery, and the theory is really the best explained in this book. Methodology. What the method means. Method is always describing our proceeding, and method and methodology is not the same. I will show that. Methodology describes the whole process. Method describes a single mode, only one part of this processing if we are making this research. So here is a method. Method is what we are doing. So we can make definition, we can make a plan, we can make this mode and any activity. If we are talking about the methodology needs to have, that is a study. We call that study, where we're putting the directions. We need to have the main directions, all directions, and implications on our research. What is the literature review and critical evaluation and synthesis? That is something that you need to handle. That is your ability. We need to have that skills, hard skills, soft skills, to ability and to process all of this work. And especially if we are talking and if we are explaining this to the scholars, researchers, practitioners about a topic. Then literature reviews too. So we need to learn about the study. How can we write, how can we make our research if we are not coming from that study? First, we are conducting the literature. We need to know and have a knowledge about the subject. There are the questions. If we put the right questions, and if we make and identify our problem, I can say that we make already our research. And that is that. That are the so many researches we need to prepare all. And here we come again to the design. So here are some sources I put here. We have so many databases, digital commons, registers, and we are searching Google Scholars. So it depends. There are so many today journals, and you know, sometimes you want to. We are talking about quantity, but sometimes it is not important to have 100 articles. It is important to make a qualitative research. So we are communicating. Yes, it is always good to communicate with your colleague who is in that field, and that will help you a lot, because maybe at the beginning you are not on the right path. So communication will help that, and that structure is really required to be made. So we know methods, tools, and techniques are always our gathering our data to collect the information. For us, what is the main problem when we are making a research? That are the information, because something today, what we learn or what we read or what we find tomorrow is already old. So here we comes to our research. Research can be anywhere. Research can be anywhere, and I can say that, like educators, we are always talking about the Bloom's taxonomy, and here the research is the Bloom's taxonomy is starting from remembering. Here we are starting from describe, explain, predict, and control. That is really a phenomenon. How to describe something, how to explain that, how to predict. Predictions are really a great thing. Predictions are very interesting, and we have so many tools that we can make the predictions. Also, it can include our methods. So we will see what are the main methods. The main methods research are inductive and deductive. So what is inductive? Inductive always have analyzed some observed event. The deductive will have methods that are verifying the observed event. And we know where we will use inductive or deductive methods. Here are the main characteristics of the research. The good research always need to have what? Researchers need to first ethics, then how can we conduct that? What is the code of the conducting? Analyze is always based on the logic. We need to make it in real time. We need to have a deep analyze. We need to create a path. We need to analyze and make it analytical to have the data. So they are really taking that and be critical. That is one most critical aspects of the research. What is the reason? What is the purpose of research? We have the exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory. We can make also the mixes. So if we are conducting a study, we need to explore a group of questions. That is for the exploratory. I didn't put the descriptive, but descriptive is always, we know when we say descriptive, that is something, like I said, that is like a blood test. Descriptive is like a blood test, and if you want, and if you are making a serious research, first you will make you will try and you will check the results of the descriptive statistics. Explanatory, we need to understand some specific changes. Here is the descriptive. So I already explained it, and we have three purposes for making this descriptive studies. And that is, again, we need to describe, we need to explain, and here is not predicting, but here is validating the things. This is the best when we see in the table. This is the visualization. And we are talking about the unstructured and structured tools. So what is here? Here we At exploratory, we are asking, and descriptive, we are asking questions, but at explanatory, we are using hypotheses. And also we have there the sample. We have so many sample tests that we can make at this explanatory research, and it needs more time. We always need to remember this. Our data need to be valid, accurate, reliable, timely, and complete. Complete is the hardest problem, and you need to include all the data, because if you don't make that, it will not be the full, and you will not have the support to make the decisions. So valid, accurate, reliable, timely, and complete. Never get off. So if you start something to do, finish that, because always you will have a conclusion, and that conclusion will help it will help to someone, because today I can say that there is no topic that the researchers that didn't touch, but always be sure that maybe your research will be interesting for someone, and someone will maybe also start that and continue your work. And that is really something great in making researchers to continue something, because you reading, contacting literature, you find so many interesting things that you can continue. So we need to take care about this: valid, curable, and reliable, and also it needs to be in time and completed. Here are our main research methods. So we are classifying our methods in qualitative and quantitative. So what are the quantitative methods? How I explain this? Quantitative methods always deal with numbers, and they are measurable. Qualitative methods, we are collecting data, and there are no numbers. We have non-numerical, and we have here the deepest thing here. So it depends about you. I think that the most I like the numbers, so I like quantitative methods, but it is really great if you make a mix of quantitative and qualitative research. And at quantitative, you have questions, relationships with the variables. Here you can always make predictions, you can make explanation, and that is when we say that research is a phenomenon. But in so many fields, people take a decision and make a qualitative research and use qualitative methods. And that depends. If you understand something that you want to think, why is that so? So it depends about you, what you like and what is for you interesting. So we have here qualitative research methods, we see quantitative research methods. What is the basic difference? So you see here, they are differ. First, we always know that we need to ask a question. The difference is in the questions. Then how we are collecting our data, which instruments we are using. Is that analytical objective? What is the form? And flexibility. How degree of flexibility? For the quantitative, there is a bigger degree for the flexibility of the work. So how to conduct the research, how you will conduct research. I say that at the beginning, you need to have a plan. Yes, you need to have a plan, and you need to make a SWOT analysis. What it means, a SWOT analysis? You need to find and evaluate a list of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And after that, you can already prepare conclusions and recommendations. So that will help you to you have a problem and you want to identify and explain the trend. What are the issues? What are the opportunities, advantages, challenges? So that is great that you first make your analysis, SWOT analysis, and then you can act. You need to act and see, are you here? Is this good for you? Will you make it successful? Do you need help? So don't be always ask for help. Always ask for help, because nobody of us knows all. If you are not sure, always ask for the help. So that is what I say. Ask yourself and ask others. Here are the base steps in the research paper process. So after that methods, we are identifying and developing the topic. That is, topic is for us step 1. Then we are making a preliminary research. That is what we say about this planning. Locating the materials, sources. What are our sources? We have primary sources and secondary sources. So you need to collect all the data. You need to take notes. Like example, I'm here today. I always have behind me a pencil. I have a notice, and I am always writing. So write it. Always write things. If you are you're protecting the data, you need to cite. You need to cite the sources you use, proofread, and you need to submit your final research paper. Here are these components of research process, and I always more like this visualization, because and also the students better understand when they see this in this way. So here you see what is your purpose, your research questions, then assumptions, sampling methods. You have sampling methods. That is for the quantitative research. Data collection methods. Which methods will you use? Then research methods. What is the quality criteria? Data analysis, and at the end, report writing. At the end, this report writing means, so this is the way when we'll say our introduction, our literature review, our methods, our body. We need to have a body, and then is going a conclusion. We have so many tools. We have so many techniques in the research. So the tools and the techniques are not the same. Here are so many questions. What is the tools? What is the tool in research? What is the tool and the technique? What are the techniques? Which types of here? We have so many questions that we need to answer. So to make a difference between the tools and techniques in research. Tools are always data collect. We have data collection tools, but techniques are research methods that are our strategies. That are the processes, techniques that we can use and collect our data. So who will help us this? You need to know statistics. Why statistics? Statistics is very important for anything you are doing. So statistics today has so many tools, so many techniques. We know we have so many softwares today which we are using to make a data analyze, to put our data and to get the figures, to get the graphs. So we need to make a difference. We need to know this difference between the tools and techniques. Research are the statistical methods of collection. So we have collection, analysis, interpretation. What for us means a number if we don't know to interpret it, if we don't know to present it, and if we don't know to organize our data. So tool is a device we have, a technique is way how we will carry that task. So this is a difference. This is a big difference between the tool and technique. We have the main characteristics of the tool. So again, we will repeat that. We said that at the beginning. That is the validity, reliability, and the usability. Is that tool what we are choosing for use? Can we use that tool? And if we have so many methods that we can include there. So first thing is that we need to select tool which will help us on the best way to collect our data. So for us, data are very important, and that data collection and analysis. We have so many softwares. You see, this I took from the Facebook. On the Facebook, this company is saying research paper and thesis writing software. But this is you have so many softwares today, but this is for me, maybe this will help you to write it more faster. But the steps when you are writing something, you need, that is something, if you like to write, then you like to write. You will not use this all this softwares and get that. It can help you maybe if you have an idea and you are not sure, only maybe for helping you to accept something, to make a title, to accept that data, because we have, I said, a big problem choosing data, finding data, and etc. This also 7QS tools. So this Dr. Ishikawa said we have check sheets, graphs, histograms, Pareto. All these various tools and techniques, like example, you can find this in MS Excel. MS Excel all has this. You can make charts, you can make scatter diagrams, Pareto, histograms, you can make trend analysis and check the sheets. All this you can find also in the Excel. We have action research tools. So which tools are there? Different methods we have, how to make the qualitative research program, questionnaires, case studies. So here are some examples. A hammer will not help us for the research, but that is a tool. But maybe you need to have a computer. You need to have a computer if you are doing something. So these are some main examples of the tools. Here are some techniques. Again, technique is a method. You are doing a task or you want to perform something. So this is a technique. This is a technique. We come to the types of the research. We have so many types of the research. We already mentioned the descriptive research. It depends. Do you want to use a survey content? Then what is this intervention experiments? So who are making the experiments in STEM? We have so many experiments in medicine, and so this is different types of the research and different data collection techniques. Here you see when we contact the literature, some literature say we have 6 main collection methods. Which are they? Interviews, questionnaires, surveys, observation, document records, focus groups, and then 4 types of data collection. What are these types? We have observational, experimental, simulation, and derivative. So which one will we choose? Again, it depends about our field. Here again, so first quantitative research, qualitative research, the mixed research, and we have other types of the research. Again, 5 basic types of research studies. So case studies, correlational studies, longitudinal, experimental, and clinic. Field, analytical, argumentative, definition. So it is not for us. We don't need to know all these types. We will know only that what for us is important, what are our interests, and for what will we choose from these papers. I never make this interpretative or something of this paper. So these are not all our tasks, but it is good when you have on one place and you can see what in which field and what can you use, what type can you use. So for us, I know that the main types of research are always qualitative researches and quantitative researches, and it depends about the nature of the things, what will you do. So research methods, experiments, surveys, questionnaires, interviews, case studies. What like example, really good for qualitative, you will make surveys. For quantitative, I like case studies. So these are so many that when you see major types, this is not the major types, argumentative and analytical, because all types of these papers are important. All types are important, and not only here what I write, these major types, not argumentative and analytical. So here we have the tools which we are using. Again, researcher can find, it depends about the information. You can use the primary, secondary information. Will you go through, will you search research journals? Will you try to find from the internet? Will you interview the people? So this, for researcher, you choose the way, the best way, how will you write and make your research. And so many different methodologies you have. I also show so many of this. So one is internet. We always go on internet. Internet is for us the main resource for the information, but here we also need to think about that. Are all the informations correct? Then we are contacting the library. We have so many today libraries, and so many universities are offering you the open libraries and also the journals. You can learn, you can read so many articles, research scholars, then questionnaire and surveys. So this is great for the social researches, for the social sciences, and it is really giving you so many groups, so many answers, and so many informations that you can get from the questionnaires and surveys. Statistics and data analysis. This is really good, and this is a very important and I can say essential research tool. You get the data statisticals. You can use so many theories of statistics. You can look and explain then your research. So let's repeat again. The research methods and the types of research are qualitative, quantitative, and mixed researchers, using different tools and making collection on a different way, and how to get your informations or use them. So at the beginning we show qualitative research. When will you make a qualitative research? If you want to understand some very the types of the phenomena, qualitative, then you can make here and use this pattern. So you need to have the main question. You are alone doing that. So how, on which way? So here we write how many, how much, how often, and you are categorizing all this statistic analysis. Mixed is integrating the both. What the mixed methods will enable? The mixed methods will enable, here I write this, triangulation, verification, some of this data sources. We have some examples in the databases like PubMed and SINHL. This is a little complicated. So this databases, again, you are using the keywords, you are using the marks, symbols, how to find this in the databases. So for when we want to make this, we are collecting the tools. And what are the main data collection tools? They are qualitative techniques or tools and quantitative techniques or tools. Qualitative, we can have interview. So interview can be structured, unstructured, or semi. Then we can make focus groups, observations, how to make the observations and document analysis. So we we always every day we are analyzing something, or you can make a life story or this oral history. For the quantitative techniques or tools, we have survey or questionnaires. Then so many uses the Likert scales for the observation. These data need to be translated. They need to have their order. Then document screening. How this is for the financial reports, or you want to count something, not for summing, only for the counting. Then experiments, if you are testing your hypothesis. So these 4 primary research tools always have the brief description. So that is the interview, the focus group, the survey, and the observation. That in today are called the primary research tools. I will not go through each one of this because I'm sure that I will say interview. Each of this have their advantages and disadvantages. So is interview what is interview good? Interview is good if you want to have access to qualitative data. Disadvantages is it is very expensive and it needs a lot of time. It needs a lot of time, and you know that so many things you need to pay, and like academicians and that. So for us, maybe this is really these are doing the big research centers on the national base. So for us maybe a little expensive, I can say. It is honesty. What it means, honesty. Honesty, you need to be honesty when if you are making this interview. You need to have this skill for the person when you are talking, not this. I will go little. So focus groups, because I have a lot and I see this time. Focus groups also have the advantages and disadvantages. For what are the advantages for the focus groups? For me, this is great because they can generate new research hypotheses. That is great. And disadvantage is because we can have only a small group bias, and the people need to be very trained. Case study. I personally really like this case study because this is always a story about something unique, special, interesting. You are finding that case studies. You can involve you personally in this. You can make it from the projects. Today we are making so many projects. We are organizing that, and from one case study, really you can publish also and continue and publish your book. So case studies are always offering you a way to learn, to try to make something also new. Okay. So here, what are the basic tools for data collection and analysis? I already mentioned so many different methodologies, that you can make and that you can use for collecting your data. Here are some application of digital tools in teaching statistics. So I said I like case study. My students like case study. They like making projects. They like so many. Today we are involved in so many projects, and we are making some innovations. And for making a good project, and after that research, we use so many digital tools. Like example, Padlet, we can collect and all put in the Padlet. If we are starting from the mind maps, we are using Padlet or something. So, if we want to make our web page, we can use WordPress, we believe Wix or something. If we want to make infographics, we will choose Pictochart, Canva or something like that. Newspaper, if we want to make newspaper, we will use the MailChimp or some of this. So this is very important today to be digital educated, and because there's so many things that you can do before, and I can say they are introduction in your research, making your research, you see, for creating infographic, and they are all user friendly. And if you need to pay all of them, but they offer also some is free. So I change a lot of these digital tools to create the infographics. In Europe, we have the online data sources. Eurostat is the main database. If we want to make something for the Europe, this is the main databases. And here we have so many infographics for the statistics. So if we want to, like example, if we want to know the quality of life, like example, what is the difference between living me in Croatia or in Spain or Germany, and if I want, if this is my subject of research, then from little gamification, little game, little fun, and this will help you to find what you know, what you want to know about the well-being of Europeans. And this is only one thing that you can find from this. If you are interested in population you see here. So you need like educators and working on the university, all what we know, we need to share our knowledge, we need to share that, we need to educate, we need to learn our students how and what they can all use to make a good research. Because today it is not a meaning that you will know something and you will not share your knowledge. Here I use this for financial planning. We need for financial planning, like example, I choose this like example to show, like if we want to know important tools and techniques for financial analysis, we can, like here we have some important tools. They can be traditional, they can be modern, so we can use, as we see at the beginning, we have so many software. We can use a calculator. These are the tools what you can use before you start to analyze. We know that we have financial statement analysis, horizontal, vertical analysis, and if you have your business, if you are leading an organization, if you are leading a university, or if you are for your household budget, you need to know what is profitability, liquidity, and what is the debt, and if you have a credit today. So here we have so many tools and so many techniques that we can use for this kind of financial analysis, different tools, different softwares, and you can choose. You will see, is this software, like example, for you good? Is it user friendly? Did it have a flexibility? And will you get the results? And the speed is also very, very important for us. Here are some that you can use before you start your research, like example in financing, Money Guide Pro, eMoney Advisor. So I say they are not, some of them are free, and also they are not so expensive. And if this is your field, it will help you a lot. And IBM has so many programs, Microsoft has so many programs. And what we do in Europe in February, it will start at us. It will start a Scientix Discovery campaign, and then we make every year a project, and it starts from the end January, the beginning of February. We are making the project, and we are doing that till the end of the May. And then we go and use we use so many different tools, make so many different analyses for this field like that. But I want to show something else here. Okay, this is one of the research what I made with my professor, Dr. Elza Yurim. Periodic average national reference rate as a new standard of financial competitiveness. Now, Europe, my country is in the phase at the new year. We are going to involve euro as a value, and so you need to hear the keywords are very important. Like example, for our work, these were the keywords: capital cost, national reference rate, financial competitiveness, periodic average national reference rate. And we start from this. We start from this keywords, and this is our introduction. Then we are explaining this capital cost, all this reference rate, and we are giving our suggestion how to what is important on the national level for this periodical national reference rate and for this periodic average reference rate. So that is the meaning. That is the meaning when you are starting. So how to choose a method, how to choose a methodology, how to which tool, which technique. So there are so many questions. So it is first, it depends about the field. It depends about the specific problem you will invest. And we all today, we need to give our contribution. We need to give, when you read, when you contact the research paper, article, that paper need to have a value. It needs to have a value. So we started here. We started here explaining what is a capital cost and what is a interest. Then we say that this is the hypothesis that interest rate has a great significance in the economic life. We wanted to prove that, to say, yes, this interest rate has a great significance in the economic life. Yeah, in our life, if we have a credit, if we are in debt today, it has a big significance on our life. So here, then we contact the literature. So we need to contact the literature. So many economists are researching, investigating about this problem. And like example, Fisher developed the theory of the real interest rate, which is essentially the cost of capital. And not only Fisher, you need to contact so many. So it is not easy. It is not easy to write something and to make a contribution with your work. But sometimes you cannot. Sometimes you are disappointed because you don't get the results, and you can say, oh, and then you will continue. Then you will continue on that topic and make that. So after Fisher, Fisher for us was not enough. Then we contact the theory of the Keynes. We see what Keynes said. He said that prices that balances to desire of keeping part of the wealth in a firm cash will the availability of the quantity of the money. So we were smarter after Keynes. And then we need to see what is that national reference rate and what is the difference between the national reference rate and this periodic average national reference rate. So you see how these steps are going. And we see that we have In Croatia, we have in Croatia two rates, Euribor and Libor, Croatia Association. So there's so many things that you need to find to make this. We have now we will forget our Croatia kuna and we will have a euro because we are a part of European Union. So this research now we can continue. We can continue because we have new value. So here I want to come, and then when you have that, you have the main formula. You have the main formula. And then these are the steps, what you are doing and how you will continue to do your research. So this was our tool. This was our tool. We started from this national rate, and it is calculated with this formula. So I will not explain each of these parts. I want to show that here. Like example, we do this for 6 months from March 2009 to December 2014. But now we also have from 2015 to 2021. And we are continue, and we do that each 3 months. We are monitoring this, what is happening each 3 months. And we here choose Croatia kuna, we choose euro, we choose United States dollar, and we choose Switzerland franc. We are monitoring this for values, and they are very important for the banking sector and for this national reference rate that we are investigating. Here are the trends. We are making then these trends, and this we write author's calculation because this is from our work. We didn't use the secondary. We didn't use nobody's graph. This was our research and our results. And this is the diagram of the interest rate. So we use the principles of this analysis. So think about this. Learn this methodology, methods, techniques. All is very important. But that is not the only what you need to learn when you are starting and making and writing article, and if you want to cover the whole field of research. So I think that my time is here. So I want to thank you, and I want to with you continue to learn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see that my friend Dr. Pratik is waiting. Thank you.
Hello. It was amazing. Thank you.
Prof, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm audible. Thank you so much, ma'am, for.
Thank you.
Am I using? Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. It is just internet connection. Some problem from the internet. Thank you so much, ma'am, for enshrining us with the in depth with the research method and the relevance of research writing, what tools and techniques has to be used. Now the house is open for questions. If anybody is having questions, they can raise their hands and ask questions to the ma'am. Anyone?
Dr. Shalini?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think, Prof, I have one question to you. Right?
Yes, sir.
I think many researchers now they don't know what to choose. I mean, either quantitative or qualitative. That is a dilemma now we are facing now. They are not in the. Sometimes You see, sometimes they follow the supervisor or the lecturers, oh, okay, come and do quantitative. They just follow. But they don't have independency student that they have to explore different approach. And I think the ontology, epistemology, and methodology, which I think important for them to understand first before they go zoom into the research problem, because the problem itself indicate what method to be choose. So what is your advice as a senior scholar and also experience when come to this kind of dilemma? What is advice to this kind of situation? How are you going to advise them? Because we are listen to you. You have said about quantitative and qualitative, okay? But when come to reality,
yes, I will say from my opinion, like example, I really always do this quantitative research. Honestly, until now, I only make now 2 qualitative research, because I say I'm a professor of statistics, and when in this field of the economics, finance, and that we are always with the numbers. So it is very hard to me to say somebody you need to do a quality, but I said it depends about the field. Like example, sociology, psychology, this social science, humanic science, they are more for the qualitative. And like I make one from this from the blockchain. It was for the whole using. Why I do? Because when you don't know a lot about that problem, if you are not coming from that field and you don't know about that, that is then normal that you will make a qualitative research, because you need to contact so many literature. You are contacting so many literature before you start to make a qualitative research. But for the quantitative, if I want to see what is happening today, why is inflation so big, then I know the main variables for that, and I am choosing that main variables, and we are continuing and making our research. But for something that we don't know, that problem, we don't know nothing about that, then I will go and do a qualitative research. Dr. Pratik, what you say on that?
yeah, okay,
Yes,
okay,
my
thank you.
topic is that only. I will explain. Absolutely. So in my lecture, I'm going to explain the basic research methodology and the types of research methods. In that, I'm going to explain qualitative as well as quantitative. You'll get the answer in my presentation.
No, I ask you what is your advice for the students?
Yes, I'll advise you in my presentation.
Anyone else? Anyone else wants to ask questions?
No, anyone. Yes, anyone can say, because that is I say it's not for qualitative research. It really needs to contact a lot of literature, and it is special for me when I don't know nothing about it.
Is there in qualitative. I absolutely agree with you. In qualitative, literature survey is there.
Anyone else from the participants? Anyone wants to ask question? The house is open for questions. I think once again I'm asking. Yes, somebody is raising hand, wants to ask question. You can open your mic and ask the question straight away to ma'am.
Okay.
Haruna Ibrahim.
Yes, my name is Ibrahim Haruna. From Ghana. Thank you for your meticulous presentation. I have really learned a lot from your presentation. In the course of your presentation, you highlighted on some types of research, where you made mention of MII research, MII research, May you throw more light on that? Thank you.
Our Ibrahim is always on all our conferences and on the workshops. You are always here every time. Yes. So what about this? Yes, this is a combination. This two research, you can, that is maybe for someone, this is the best. You can choose this and make a combination because there are so many researches that you can say that they are not only qualitative and not only quantitative. So again, my answer is it is very hard to suggest somebody what to choose. Maybe if I know the problem, maybe if I know specific thing, what you are doing, what you are researching, that is the way how we are starting. Like example, when you are mentoring your students and we have a specific topic, then first you are trying to find the data, then you are contacting the literature. So that is already a mix. That is already a kind of mix, because you never know what will you do the first, and what is your the decision comes after that.
Okay, thank you very much. Ma'am, please. The second question is, what about Belfi studies? In your presentation, you made mention of Belfi.
Delphi is one. This is one kind of brainwriting, brainstorming. So you can make also this Delphi before you start something. This is for the business, for the management. You have Delphi technologies. You have also a software that you can use for this. That is for the Delphi. So I said that is for the qualitative research.
All right, thank you very much.
Anyone else?
So today, this Delphi method after Dr. Pratik, because we are here one group, we are listening, like example, we will get some decisions. We are all experts here, we learn. So some kind of panel. Dear Haruna, you already make this panel, and this is a Delphi method now. This kind of discussion.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, Tariq, you can ask the questions. You're audible.
Yeah. My question is like in literary studies, means how we can make over methodology actually. Most of them we are using this. We are saying that we are using textual analysis, this one, and some other methods are there. So how we can make the methodology? Actually, methodology mostly is using social sciences and all particularly, but in literary studies, how we can form our methodology. Suppose if we are working on this diaspora study, so which type of methodology we can use, or which method will be suitable for that kind of studies? Could you? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes,
You're
yes. But
audible, but your question is not clear. Ask your question.
Yes, I didn't understand really.
No problem.
I
Just
didn't
ask in
really
simple terms,
understand.
Tariq. What do you want to ask?
Ma'am, I want to ask, ma'am, in literary studies, which kind of method actually how we can form our, means how we can say that this method will be used, because most of them we are using that textual method is actually very common, and some if we are doing some archival research, so we are using the archive methods and all. So if we are working on that like diaspora studies, so which type of methodology or methods we can use for our studies?
It is totally depend on your research topic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The question is still not clear, Tariq.
Yes, yes. Tariq, listen. Please, let's listen, Dr. Pratik, and then we will see. We will come again to this topic. We are still on the methodology. So we will continue, please. I really didn't understand, really.
Okay, Michael.
I will not go nowhere. I'm here. I will stay here.
Anyone else wants to ask something? Some question over there?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for enshrining us.
Thank you.
So deeply. You have told us about the relevance of research plan in carrying out any kind of research. And you have with in-depth description about SWOT analysis in research plan. You enshrined us about the basic steps in research paper process, difference between tools and techniques, method and methodologies, the relevance of qualitative and quantitative research, the various tools used for this research, the various kinds of research, the purpose of research, and you basically talked about digital tools in teaching statistics. That is something very new for me, and I think there can be a workshop on this exclusively on this topic. And you also talked elaborately about the financial planning. Thank you so very much, ma'am. I am 100% sure that your session has been very fruitful for all the participants who are attending, and wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. I'm very glad to see you, and all the best. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.